How to make $2,500 per day by running Facebook ads with other people's money. Hey guys, Kenny Cannon here, and in this free training video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But before we go on, I just want to ask you a quick question. If I were able to guarantee you a minimum of $25 for every free email that you send, whether the person says yes or no, doesn't matter. The question is, how many would you send per day? That's what I want you to be thinking about as we go through this training program here. So please grab a pen and a piece of paper because I'm not going to be reading to you from the slides. Most of the stuff that you're going to be learned here, that's going to be learned here is just me talking to you. So not everything is written down, so you're going to have to take some notes. All right, so here's some of the results that some of our students have seen: $83,517.21. And there's a check from a law firm here, $10,000. Now, again, what you just saw are results from our students using the same exact process that we are going to be talking about here, which is running Facebook ads using other people's money, okay? And in this free training video, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So first, I want to talk about the angle that we're taking here, the sales angle that we're taking. What we did is we decided to sell this service using what's called the case study sales process, as opposed to the traditional sales model. Now, why do we want to use that? Number one, it's super easy to prospect with, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second. Number two, it's very easy to close deals using the case study model. Number three, it's easy to prove yourself and provide the services. And number four, it's very easy to preserve. Now, I always talk about four things, right? Number one, you have to prospect all the time. Number two, you have to pitch and close all the time. Number three, you have to provide all the time. And number four, you have to preserve what you built, right? If you're not doing one of those four things, then you're kind of wasting your time, okay? So a lot of people spend a lot of time on building up a Twitter following and, you know, going on Facebook and building up a page with people that they write to all day, whatever. You know, if you're not strategically prospecting that way and have a system to close deals through that process, then you're probably wasting your time. And the same thing goes for a YouTube channel, whatever else. I mean, if you have a strategic process where you're using that to prospect and close deals, fine. Most people don't, though. They're just randomly throwing stuff out there to see what works, and that's a big, big problem. So we have to focus on these four things, and by using the case study sales model, you know, it makes these four things very, very simple to do, and you're going to find out in a second. They compound on top of each other as you get deeper down the line, and we'll show you that in a second as well. So here's the process. We're going to start off with a cold contact. Now, again, this can't be a cold call. It can't be a knock on the door. It can't be anything like that. It has to be a digital communication. Now, and again, that's not something that I'm a big fan of, to be honest with you, but when you see the math behind it, it's going to blow you away, and that's why I love it so much. So you're going to reach out to somebody cold through the internet, whether that's an email, whether that's a LinkedIn message, whether it's a Facebook message, doesn't really matter, but that's going to be your primary point of contact when it comes to prospecting. You're going to offer them a free week of your service in exchange for a case study. Okay, so I'm going to show you the breakdown. I'm going to give you like a template to use so that you can start contacting people right away. And you're going to see that all I'm going to say to them really is, hey, I see that you're advertising right now, and I want to take some of that budget from you, and I'm going to run a little test and see what we can come up with. I think I could do better than you're doing right now. How much are you going to give me to test out? Now, that's basically what it is. Not word for word, but that's basically what it is. And again, I'm going to give you a template here in a second to follow. So that's going to be the email that I'm going to send out, or the LinkedIn message or Facebook message or whatever. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to use the case studies that I build to close more deals, number one. And number two, some of the case studies are going to turn into paying clients. And we're going to see that here in a second. So this is what really gets me excited. This is the first thing that I always do. When I come up into something that's different or new or whatever, I always look at the math behind it. So here's the basic math. Let's say you charge $500 a month for a service, okay? You contact 100 people using the process that I'm going to show you here in a second, which is basically, hey, I see that you're advertising already. We believe that we can get you a better ROI. We're not going to charge you anything for it. The only thing we're going to ask you for is after 7 days, you give us a video testimonial saying how great we are or whatever, and that's it. How much you're going to give us, right? That's the basic contact. So if you contact 100 people with that free offer, the minimum amount of people that are going to say yes to that is 20. Okay, now you may think that's high, you may think it's low, I don't know, but the minimum is 20. Now, there's kind of like a golden rule when it comes to this type of business, whether it's consulting, whether it's marketing services, or, you know, I used to use the same thing in the stock business, same exact thing. And that rule is, if you make them money, they will continue to pay you, period. They don't have to like you. They don't have to get along with you. You don't have to see eye to eye on everything. If you're worth more than what you charge, they will continue to pay your fee. It's just that simple, okay? So if 20 people say yes to the case study and you make money with all 20 of them, how many are you going to close? The answer is probably somewhere close to the 20, right? Because if somebody gives you 200, you turn that into 1,000, are they going to pay you 500 a month for that? Probably, okay? If they give you 200 and you turn it into 2,000, are they going to pay you 500 a month for that? Definitely, right? Now, here's the thing. If you're not making money for your clients, then you should be doing something else. Okay, now we're going to show you how to, like a foolproof way to provide the services so you make money for almost all of your clients. But if you're doing something where you're not actually providing the promises that you're talking about when you're selling them, then you should be doing something else. But let's use a conservative estimate and say out of the 20, 5 of them turn into paying clients. Okay, that's $2,500 per month in income. But here's where it gets really exciting. You can contact 100 people every day. Okay. Now, this is not going to happen on day number 1. And the reason why it's not going to happen on day number 1 is because, remember, we have a 7-day case study period. Okay. So let's say we start on a Monday. We're going to contact 100 people on a Monday, 100 people on a Tuesday, 100 people on a Wednesday, and so on and so forth for 7 days straight. The people that said yes on Monday are going to end their case study 7 days later on the next Monday. Well, guess what? On Tuesday, they're going to start paying us $500 a month. Not all of them, but a percentage of them. Right? So the people that we contact on the first Monday are going to turn into paying clients 7 days later. And the math compounds on itself. And I'm going to show you an example of that in a second. Tuesday is a little bit easier than Monday, right? Wednesday is a little bit easier than Tuesday because what happens is you start building up all this proof and all these case studies, and more people are willing to work with you because you have so much proof built up, all right? So here's how it works. This is what we said before, the math, right? You contact 100 people, 20 of them say yes, 5 of them turn into paying clients. You just built a $2,500 a month income in 1 day's work. And you could do that every single day, okay? 1 day's work, $2,500 per month income. Now, after 7 days, you start closing the deals and taking the money from people, right? So on day number 8, what happens? You contact 100 more people cold, but now you have 140 case studies. All right, 20 a day for 7 days, 140 case studies. So more of them are going to say yes to you because you have so much proof, right? So let's say 30 say yes. Your closing ratio stays about the same. Now you have 8 people paying you, all right, out of that 100-person group, all right? 8% on the 100 people. That's going to bring you in $6,500 per month. And let's say the next day you contact 100 people. Now you have more case studies, better case studies, more money coming in. 40 people say yes. 10 of them turn into paying clients. $11,500 per month built in 1 day's time. And obviously that money on the bottom is like including the day before's income, right? So it's not 11,500 from 10 people. It's 11,500 from on top of, the 6,500 is included, the 2,500 is included. So you're building on it every single day is the point that I'm trying to make. And that's really what excited me so much about this model. The math is insane. And that's the first thing that I do whenever I look at any new business model. It's does the math make sense? What is it going to take me, and what is it going to take for me to make this into $1 million a year business? That's what I want to look at. How much do I have to do to make $83,333 per month? What do I have to do to get there? All right. And with this math, the compounding effect of the prospecting makes it super, super simple to do. This is the first product I've ever been involved in where I'm actually going to follow the steps with you and start a brand new business as you do it. So we're going to be in the same exact boat here, okay? Now, a lot of you probably saying, oh, you've been in a lot of, you've created a lot of products before or whatever. And yeah, that's true. But the products that I'm involved in, there's basically 2 types of them, right? The first type of product that you guys are probably used to from me is stuff that I've been doing forever, right? I teach a lot of sales stuff and prospecting and things like that, closing deals, stuff like that. Well, I've been doing that since I'm 15, okay? So it's not really very exciting when I talk about cold call. I mean, that's just my day-to-day life, right? I get told to get a good, get a real job. I get told that like 500 times a day. So to me, not really, but a lot of times every day. To me, it's not exciting. It's nothing new. It's the same old crap I've been doing my whole life, but it works really well. I don't get excited about it. I already do it. It's not a big deal. So there's no reason for me to start something new with you because I already do it every day. The other type of product that I'm involved in is somebody comes to me and Lee and they're like, hey, we got this awesome thing that we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years and it works really well and we want to teach other people how to do it. We need your help to get it out to the people, right? I see a lot of those and a lot of them are really good, but it's not like, whoa, I'm going to stop everything and focus on this. Like, I've never been hit like that before. And the reason why is because I've never seen math like this before. Now, I'm a numbers guy, right? I like to look at the math. Like, what is it going to take me, like I said before, to get to $1 million a year, $83,000 a month? What is it going to take me to get there? What do I have to do to get to that point? And with the math here, it's very, very simple. And I've never really seen any other business model that works this way, where it compounds on itself. The more case studies you get, the more deals you close. And the more case studies you get, the easier the deals are to close and the easier it is to prospect. That rarely happens, okay? So that's why I'm so excited about this, and that's why I'm going to literally be stopping everything that I'm doing and building a brand new business. It's going to be the 4th business that I'm currently involved in right now with you here in this training. I'm going to show you everything that we're going to be doing. So here's the contact. Now, before I get involved in anything, I am going to make sure that the prospecting is bulletproof. I'm going to make sure that the prospecting is real and that it works. So 100% honesty, 100% transparency. I did reach out to some people before I made this video for you. All right. So am I starting from nothing? Yes, but I did test out the prospecting model before I decided to run with it because I wanted to make sure that the guy was actually seeing results. You know, because I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to fit it into my schedule and I was going to have time to do what I needed to do. So basically what I did was I reached out to about 150 or so people and I said, you know, listen, I see that you're running ads somewhere, whether it's Google, whether it's YouTube, whether it's wherever it is, doesn't matter. And then I said to them, I think that my company can do it better for you. The ROI is going to be better. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure, but I think we could do it better for you. Let us run some of your budget for a week, and all I'm going to ask for in return is a case study video from you. Whether it's great, whether it's terrible, doesn't matter. The only thing I'm going to ask for in return is a case study video reporting the results that you saw, good or bad. Okay, we're not going to charge anything for it. I don't want you to spend any more money. I just want you to take some of the budget that you're already spending, give it to us, let us run it for you, and then at the end of the 7 days, give us a case study video. Now, the reason why I'm going about it that way is because I know for a fact that if I make them money, they're going to continue to work with me. Okay, that is the rule. And that rule's been proven over and over and over again. If I make them money, they are going to continue to pay me, or they're going to turn into clients, right? At the end, I just say, how much are you willing to let us manage? I don't ask them if they want to do it. I don't say, hey, when's a good time to meet? Let's go over it further. I say, how much would you be willing to let us manage? Or how much would you be willing to test with us? Something along those lines. And you'll get an exact template of you know, what we're using and all that. But that's kind of how I went about doing it. Now, you know, not everybody said yes. Most people didn't even reply, right? I mean, that's the way prospecting is. I mean, most cold prospecting anyway. Most people aren't going to reply. Most people aren't going to write back. Some people said, I'm not interested or whatever. But as a percentage compared to most other things, the amount of yeses that I got were pretty amazing. And it wasn't only just, yes, that sounds good. It was, yes, we'll give you $500, or yes, if you think it's that good, or you think you could do that, you know, a better job, then we're willing to test out 200 with you. Or yes, if you're really not going to charge us anything, we'd be more than happy to give you a testimonial video and give you $1,000 to run. Point is, they were saying yes to me, and they were saying yes with a dollar figure attached to it. Okay, and that to me was pretty amazing, because now not only do I have math that compounds on itself, which is amazing in its own right, but I have a prospecting model that brings in leads every single day, and all I got to do is send out 100 or whatever, however many contacts I want to send out, and I can calculate how much money I'm going to make based off the amount of contacts that I send to on a day-to-day basis. So again, if you make money with them, they're going to stay with you, and that's really the bottom line. Okay, that's what you really have to focus on. If you provide the desired result, they're going to continue to pay you. And the desired result here is putting more money in their pocket. Okay, it's not having the highest converting ad. It's not having the best looking ad. It's not having the best click-through rate. Nobody gives a crap about any of that stuff. The only thing they care about is spend $500, made 1,500, good to go. That's all they care about. How do I spend 100, make 200 back? How do I spend 1,000, make 3,000 back? That's all they care about. And if you can show them that you can do that, they'll pay you forever. And we're going to teach you exactly how to do it, because Lee has a bulletproof system of providing this where you're going to make money for almost every one of your clients that you go through. And if you follow his niche selection thing, you should make money with every client that you work with. But again, every and all that stuff, that's kind of tricky words to use, right? So let's just say if you follow Lee's providing advice, you'll make money for most of the clients that you work with. All right, so quick question. Do you think you can copy and paste a template into a Gmail account and send it off a few times a day? If you think you can do that, let's continue. If you don't think you can do it, then you should probably leave and figure out how to copy and paste stuff, because that's kind of important to understand. All right, but if you think you can do that, which I think most of you do, then we can continue. If I were to guarantee you, again, I'm going to ask you this question, and this is something I wanted you to think about the whole time, right? If I can guarantee you a minimum of $25 for every free email that you send, whether they say yes or no, how many would you send a day? Would you send 100? Would you send 1,000? Would you send 50? Maybe you take it easy and say, you know what? Listen, I'm going to only send, it's $25 a month, right? I could do it every day. I'm going to send 10 a day, and I'm going to enjoy my day. That's cool. Like, whatever, that's fine, right? Maybe you work full time. You only have the time to send out 25 a day. That's cool too. Just know that the minimum is $25 per month for every email that you send, whether they say yes or no. And the choice of how many to send is completely up to you, right? The more you send, the more you're going to make. That's the only metric that we follow. That's the only metric that matters. You send the emails out, you're going to get about a $25 return for every email that you send, assuming that you're sending the right email out, you're using the template that we gave you, you're following Lee's advice on niche selection and all that stuff. If you do all that stuff and you use the template that we use, $25 minimum for every email that you send. And the question is, again, how many of them would you send? Now, where does that number come from? Right? Because you think I'm just kind of like throwing that out there, right? Where does it come from? Well, it's very simple. We contact 100 people, 20 of them say yes, 5 of them turn into paying clients. We charge $500 a month. That's $25 per month in income. Okay? If we do that every single day, we're making exactly $25 per email that we send, whether they say yes or no, and we're making about $2,500 per month per day using other people's money on Facebook. And that is absolutely mind-blowing. And again, this compounds on itself as you get deeper and deeper into it. Day 15, day 30, day 50, day 70, these numbers are going to shoot through the roof, because every single one of these people is a new case study. And the more proof you get, the easier it is to close deals. I mean, that's just business 101, right? If you have a lot of go online, search anything. Look at the top result. If there's 10 stars, that guy's getting all the business. If the guy below him has 1 star, he ain't getting anything. Same is true with Amazon, it's Google, it's everywhere. If you have the results and you have the proof, people are going to buy from you. So this is the starting point, okay? But as you get deeper into it, these numbers compound on itself, and it becomes easier and easier and easier to close the deal. Now remember, this is a brand new client getting method that has never been shared with anyone before, besides our high coaching students that we work with, $5,000 a month. So besides those people, and you saw some of the results before, this has never been shared to the public, never been put on any forums or nothing like that. Okay, this is brand new stuff for 2017. And again, the math is mind-blowing, and the prospecting method is unlike anything I've ever seen before, because both of those things compound on themselves. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the closing ratio goes through the roof once you get into day 12, 15, 17, 20, and on and on and on. All right, so here's what we're going to give you. I'm going to pause this for a second, and I want to actually show you inside the membership area. So just hang on one second. Okay, so when you log in, you're going to see, there's also going to be some bonuses in here too that are not listed as of right now, but you're going to see the introduction. This is going to give you a breakdown of the model. Okay, it's very important that you have the big picture overview before you dive deep into it. Then we're going to talk about niche selection. Straight up honesty, man. This does not work in a lot of places. Doesn't. And I'm talking about like a lot of niches, right? Not a lot of places in the world. It works everywhere in the world. I'm talking about like, if you're going for a $100 million company that's in 5 different states, probably not going to work for you. All right. This is for small, local businesses in pretty specific niches. Okay. Not super specific, but there are some things, again, it's just in some niches, it's not going to work. But the main thing you have to understand about niche selection, and Lee does a great breakdown of it inside of here, but main thing you have to understand is it's for local businesses in a specific area, and preferably smaller businesses. This will work great for like a driveway person or a painter or a locksmith or anything like that in a localized area. So we're going to talk about that. Then Lee goes into finding the people. Okay, who is going to pay me for this? Who is willing to do the case study? Who are the people that are out there that need something like this? Finding clients, compiling leads. You are never going to have to worry about finding people to talk to. We're going to show you a bulletproof way to get as many people as you want to talk to every single day. All right, so if you want to send out 1,000 emails a day, Lee's going to show you how to do it. Or 1,000 LinkedIn things or whatever. Lee's going to show you how to have enough leads so that you never have to worry about generating leads again. Now, what do you say to them? Reaching out, right? I gave you the kind of like bullet point way of doing it, but this is going to be the exact template that we use. Then Lee's going to teach you how to fulfill the deal. This is really important because, again, what is the golden rule of business? If you make them money, they're going to keep paying you. It's as simple as that. If you make them money, they're going to keep paying you. So if you fulfill right, according to what Lee tells you, then you'll be good to go forever because you're going to be making the people money, and that's what they're there for. All right, we also have some bonuses. The exact prospecting method that our students use and the prospecting method that I'm going to be using as well throughout this process to see the results that we showed you before. So the $10,000 check, the $83,000 check, you're going to see the exact prospecting method. You're going to be able to copy and paste that prospecting method that those people were using. Bonus number 2, we're going to teach you how to outsource the entire process so that it's 100% hands off. I am not going to be doing this on the prospecting and sales side in the beginning just because I don't do that. I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to do it, you can. I don't do it that way. I need to have a prospecting method that I've broken and fixed about 100 times before I will let anybody else touch it. And that's just me. Now, the fulfillment side, that's a different story. All right, fulfillment side, I want to get off my plate right away. But remember, it's prospect, pitch, close, provide, right? And preserve. So I want to be the prospector and the pitcher and the closer in my business. I don't want to be the provider and the preserver. So I'm going to outsource that right away. But the prospecting, pitching, and closing, I'm going to do that myself for a while so that I can master it. And then once I master it, then I can teach other people how to do it, bring other people on board. But you can outsource the entire thing right away if you want to. Bonus number 3, I'm going to teach you how to close the deal and take the money. This right here is everything, because without it, you're not going to make any money from it. I mean, some people will fall in your lap, but you're going to have to reach out to those people on day number 8 and be like, listen, you gave us 200, you made back 1,500, let's continue to work together. How do you put that together so that they say yes to you? I'm going to go into how to do it, the rebuttals that you're going to hear, the objections that you're going to hear, the rebuttals to those objections so that they say yes to you, how to take the money, and all that stuff, whether it's through email, whether it's on the telephone, whether it's on Skype, doesn't matter what it is. This is all I do every day. All I do every day is sell stuff. That's it. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it inside of this model. All right? So let's assume that I'm completely wrong and everything I said wasn't true. Everything I said is wrong. Okay? And this only gets you one client at $500 a month. Okay? Now, if you think about it logically, that would be pretty impossible because you're sending out 700 contacts in the first 7 days and it's a free offer. And if you make the money on the free offer, I mean, one is a little ridiculous. But let's just assume it's ridiculous and everything I say is wrong and one client at $500 a month. Would it be worth investing the $25 or whatever it is? I don't know what the price is, but $25, $30, whatever it is. Would it be worth investing the few dollars for that one client? Well, let me rephrase that, okay? If I was going to give you $500 for every time you gave me $25, the only question you should ask is how many times can I give you $25, right? We kind of talked about that before when we were talking about the Facebook ads and the businesses. All they care about is spend 100, get 200. How many times can I do that, right? How many times can I spend 500 and get 1,000 back? How many times can I spend 1,000 and get, 1,500 or 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 back? That's all. When it comes to direct response marketing, that's all we care about. right? Can I spend 25 and make 100? Can I spend 100 and make 300? That's all we care about. So worst case scenario, every single thing that I just said is wrong, and this completely fails for you, and you get one client at $500. Is it worth the $25 to do that? You're paying $25 to get one client, and that's if I'm completely wrong, right? If I'm a quarter right, if I'm half right, if I'm 75% right, God forbid I estimated on the low side, right? And instead of 5 out of 20, you get 7 out of 20 or 8 out of 20, or maybe you get 30 in the first time, right? 30 people to say yes to you and 10 people to say yes and actually pay you. We also have our 100% no questions asked money back guarantee for 60 days. And that means there is absolutely no risk to you whatsoever. You get to try it, test it, break it, fail at it, succeed at it, whatever. Make money, don't make money, whatever any kind of problems, for whatever reason. If you don't like the product, even if you do love it, doesn't matter. You ask us for your money back and you will get it. All right. The buy button should be below. You can click it right now and get started inside the members area. And, let's be honest about one thing. You're going to spend the money anyway. Okay. You're going to spend it $25, $30, whatever it is. You're going to spend that money. It's not a matter of, do I have the money? That drives me crazy when people say that. People say that all the time. I don't have the money for it. No, you're allocating your money the wrong way. Okay. It's not that you don't have the money. It's that you're putting your money in the wrong spots. Because if you actually didn't have the money, you wouldn't be driving a 2016 Mercedes, okay? If you didn't have the money, you wouldn't have a 55-inch screen TV. If you didn't have the money, you'd be living under a bridge. Now, if you are living under a bridge and somehow watching this, you can use that excuse. But if you're actually living in a dwelling, whether it's a rental or whatever, with a couch, you have the money. It's not about having the money or not having it. It's where you're putting it. Successful people put money in different places than the unsuccessful people, if you can call them that. I mean, whatever you want to call the other people. The 1% and the 99% spend money differently. That's the point. Okay, we do things differently. All right, so it's not about having the money. It's you're going to spend it anyway. Where are you going to put it? Are you going to buy a new pair of shoes that are going to run out, that are going to burn out in 3 months, you're going to throw away? Are you going to go out and buy a new shirt that you're going to throw away in 2 months or donate in 2 months? Are you going to spend it on food that's going to go in and out in 24 hours? Are you going to spend it on a movie that you're going to forget about in a week? Or are you going to spend it on something that's going to actually, help you and make you grow and change your life forever, possibly, right? Successful people spend money differently than everybody else, all right? You're going to spend it anyway. It's a matter of where you're going to allocate those funds. Where are you going to put them? You're going to put them in somewhere that's going to grow you, or you're going to put them somewhere that you're going to forget about, something that's useless, something that's a waste of time. And no matter what you do, money always replenishes itself, okay? If you live in the industrialized world, even if you are quote unquote poor and you live in the industrialized world, money will always replenish itself. And guess what? You can't stop it, even if you tried. You can't stop it. No matter where you are, no matter what you do, I don't care if you've been jobless for the past 10 years. If you live in the industrialized world, money replenishes itself every week, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever it is. It always replenishes itself, and you cannot stop it. How do I know this? I know this because every freaking year, I got to write a massive check to the IRS, and they break that crap up and give it out to people. All right? So money is always going to replenish itself. Even if you're at the bottom of the ladder, it always replenishes itself. God forbid you actually have a 9-to-5 job. Well, the paycheck's going to come next Friday. No matter what you do, it's going to come. And if it doesn't come and you get fired, it's still going to come because somebody else is going to give you money. Whether it's another job, whether it's unemployment, whether it's whatever, it's always going to replenish itself. All right? So it's not like you're giving it away and you're never going to see the $27 again in your life, or the $25 or the $30 or whatever it is. It's not like you're never going to see it again. Next Friday, it's going to come back again. And then the Friday after that, it's going to come back again, or every 2 weeks or every month or whatever it is. All right? So 100% money back guarantee. I've never seen math like this in my life. The prospecting is second to none. The leads come in like crazy. And as long as you make them money, which Lee shows you how to do inside the members area, I just showed you that, right? He shows you how to provide it so that you make money for the leads that you get. As long as you do those things, the value that you are going to see here, I'm telling you right now, it is life-changing. And when I talk about products like this, I don't use that term very, very often because a lot of times we'll show you how to prospect a little bit and most people won't do it and, whatever. This program right here has the capability to change a lot of lives. I've never seen math like this ever before. The way it compounds on itself is absolutely ridiculous. And I've never seen a prospecting method that as you get deeper into it, it gets easier and easier and easier to prospect and you get more and more leads. Not because you're getting better, but because the leads that you got on Monday are helping you get leads next Monday. And the leads you get on Tuesday are helping you get more leads the next Tuesday. And the deals you close on Wednesday are closing you deals next Wednesday. I've never seen something like that in my life. And that's why I'm 100% committed to doing this. Not only, teaching you how to do it with Lee, but doing it with you. Okay, I'm starting a business with you, following the same exact steps you're going to do. And I'm telling you right now, the business that I'm starting is going to, in the next 2 years, it's going to be freaking blowing up like crazy. And you're going to wish that you took the action today in this training program. So don't look back and say, I wish I did it. Follow along. Money's going to come back no matter what you do. You're going to spend it anyway. And we have 100% money back guarantee. So you have absolutely nothing to worry about. So click the buy button, get inside, and I'll see you in the members area.